Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Welcome to SoulSpace podcast number 103.
welcome.
Yay. It's a beautiful summer day, and today we're going to talk about creating prosperity or abundance and abundance.
Yes, continuing on our theme for
Yeah.
the month of abundance.
Yeah, yeah. We're going to stay with our favorite book.
This is a really great book if you're looking into
Yeah.
creating more abundance in your life. It's Money and the Law of Attraction, Learning to Attract Wealth, Health, and Happiness by Esther and Jerry Hicks. I'll pull it up there so you guys can see it.
There you go.
Such a good book. I
Yeah.
love this book.
Yeah.
We talked about quite a few things in this book last week.
Yeah,
which
and
was
it was
great.
really good. Yeah.
And we talked about how our experiences with Abraham in person, but also through the teachings and the work and stuff that we learned even before we went to see Esther really changed a lot for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just such good teachings, and or Abraham speaks it in a way that you can understand it.
Right.
And
Like that breaks
so
down
good.
The processes
Right.
and the information and different ways and perspectives to understand it so that everybody kind of can get what they need from it.
Right. Yeah. Because not everyone's on the same path, but
Right.
it's a general good path to be on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's wonderful.
it's so good.
It's all about bringing more joy and wonderful experiences and abundance
Yeah.
and life into your life.
Right.
And who doesn't want that?
And
Everybody wants that.
yeah,
Everybody wants to be happy and enjoy their lives.
Yeah, yeah. Otherwise, why are you here? We wanna experience as much as we can and be as happy as we can and just create more joy and spread it around.
Exactly. And the more joy you have, the more you have to share with others.
Yeah. And then the more people will catch on to that, and it really is like catchy when you are upbeat and you're happy and you share that with others and help other people see that it doesn't have to be a struggle all the time. It is a really amazing and fulfilling thing to do for yourself and for others. Just lift people up, and in turn that lifts you up too.
Right. And it's like the
Yeah.
cyclical effect
Right.
where you're lifting people up and then you see them uplifted and that uplifts you. And there's like this huge cycle. And then you watch them as they're feeling uplifted, then they start to uplift the people around them.
Yeah.
And it's like this huge ripple
Yeah.
effect.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's dive in.
It's beautiful. And abundance has many forms, including abundance of happiness and joy.
Right. My favorite
Yes.
kind of happiness, of abundance, is
Yes.
happiness and joy.
Yes. And happiness doesn't cost a thing.
No.
Isn't that the fun part of it?
That is that is a cool little caveat to it, isn't it?
I love it.
Yeah.
Happiness is free.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like hugs are free. Give them out.
Hugs are free. Who doesn't love hugs? Well, not everybody loves hugs.
I know, and I don't understand.
I love hugs from people I know and sweet children that are like, I just want to give you a hug. It's okay. I understand that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Strangers, it depends. Like the guy that goes around and gives people hugs. Yeah, of course I'm gonna give him a hug.
Right.
That's like his whole thing, and that's who he is.
Yeah.
But if somebody just wants to like come up to me on the street and give me a hug, I'm like, maybe not. Maybe I'll pass.
I'm so used to hugging now that I forget people don't, sometimes aren't huggers. And I like, I'm coming in for a hug. Whoops, I guess not,
Yeah.
But yeah. And I used to be that way. I used to be not, my family wasn't big huggers. You felt the love, but we just weren't openly affectionate.
Right.
And
that's super common in this area.
Yeah.
People are a lot more stoic.
Scandinavians and
Scandinavians and the Swedish and the Germans.
Yeah. But I married into the Bohemians and they are huggers. So I got a bonus.
You had to learn what it's like to get a lot of hugs.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It's a good thing.
It is awesome.
Abundance of hugs.
Yeah, it's great. All right, let's dive
This
in.
is already fun. I hope you guys are having fun. If you're not, well, maybe you need a different podcast.
And you need a hug.
And you need a hug. And you can, whenever you meet us, we'll give you a big old hug.
Yeah.
At least Tracy will. Just kidding. Just kidding. I do hug a lot of people.
You never, when I first met you, you never did though.
No, I didn't. No. I was not a hugger. Family only was my hugging experience. But now, with the work that I do, a lot of people do want to give you a hug as thanks. And I'm totally fine with that. If it feels good, it feels good. And I think that that's wonderful.
Yes.
But, by the end of a reading or something, we're no longer strangers, are we?
Right.
Yeah. So, it just depends for me. But like I said, the stranger on the street, if you're a stranger on the street, you want to give me a hug and you see me, it's probably going to be a no. Just FYI. You're getting to know us a lot today.
Welcome. More FYI, TMI, I should say.
TMI. Too much. Well, we haven't done that necessarily yet. I don't think.
No, we haven't. I don't think that we're good. I
don't know. Watch our podcast and let us know because I don't think we're sure.
Sometimes we might do a little TMI, but oh well. That's us. You get the real thing when you're with us.
We're just us. And I think that's, I like that about us.
I do too. It's good. All right. What page?
We're going to do this. All right. So if you have the book, we're on page 89. We're in the section Attracting Money and Manifesting Abundance. It's the same section that we were in last week, but we're going to take it a little bit further for you. And I think you're going to love this part.
Yeah.
Really good.
It's good.
The whole book is really good, but this section in particular for our topic, it's, bar none, you'd be hard pressed to find something that's going to help you more.
Mm-hmm.
So page 89, how to change my point of attraction. So it's a question. Sometimes people worry that they have been telling the story of what they do not want for such a long time that they do not have the time left in their lives to make up for all of those years of focusing upon the shortage of money. But they have no cause for worry. Although it is true that you cannot go backward and undo all of the negative thinking, there is no reason to do that, even if you could, because all of your power is in your now. As you find a better feeling thought right now, your point of attraction shifts now. The only reason it may seem like some negative thinking that you picked up many years ago is having an impact on your life now is because you have been continuing the negative train of thoughts or beliefs through all of those years. A belief is only a thought that you continue to think. A belief is nothing more than a chronic pattern of thought, and you have the ability, if you try even a little bit, to begin a new pattern, to tell a new story, to achieve a different vibration, to change your point of attraction. And one of our favorite tools for that is freedom release method.
Mm-hmm.
Helps you to really make a huge difference in your negative patterns of thought immediately. And that's what's wonderful about it.
Yeah.
And that takes just, like they said, even if you try just a little bit, that's all it takes.
Yeah. And freedom release method is, I don't know anything that works that fast and goes that deep, for immediate results like freedom release method.
It's so effective. I would say freedom release and hypnosis are on a similar level.
Right. Yeah.
But what I love about freedom release is like every time you do a release, it's making a change right now.
Yeah.
Whereas hypnosis, you usually have a 20-minute session. Yes, it's making a difference that whole session. So I would say, I'd say they're fairly similar, but for me, freedom release has made such an unbelievable difference in my life.
Yeah. Every time I do it with a client, I'm amazed at how different they are, how much light comes in their eyes just from the beginning of a session to the end.
Right.
It's like night and day a lot of times. It's so good. So, yeah.
for
follow
myself.
along and do them.
Yeah, for myself even, I'll do them all the time. And one of the things that I've been doing, so I have Louise Hay's daily calendar, and it has daily affirmations. And so the ones that strike me, I do freedom release on that morning as I pull off the calendar.
Oh, that's awesome.
So every day
That's a
I'm
good
doing
idea.
a freedom release method and a fill up with the calendar. And then occasionally, like when I stack up the ones that are my favorites, I do this. So I stack up the ones that are my
I
favorites.
like that too.
And then every once in a while I'll go through all of my favorites and do
Sure.
releases and fill ups with them again.
Good idea. Yeah.
And so that's been really fun. So if you like something like that, if you love affirmations, that's something that would be really helpful for you,
Yeah.
is like, maybe pick, like, go like Google a daily affirmation and then take the first one that strikes you and use that as a release and a fill up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It works wonderfully, and it's such a good way to kind of start the morning, because I do that every morning when I get to work. Is I'll flip my calendar,
Mhm.
and it's just like it's a peel off one, so then I have the cute little
good.
pictures with it.
Yeah. I love it. Good idea. I mean, I do it with the affirmations in the You Can Heal Your Life book.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, if I ever have anything going on, I'll flip through that book to the chart.
Yeah.
And then I'll use those affirmations with free release.
Yeah. It's so good. And oh, what's her name? Ina Segal's book too, the Secret Language of the Body. Or
I don't have that one, but I
That's a
really
good
want that
one,
one
too.
after we were using it that one day.
Yeah, it's good. And she does affirmations and different things in there that you can do freedom release with too. Works really well. Yeah. Okay.
I love
So
it. Anyway, we
sorry,
digress.
off on a squirrel hunt.
Tangents are great. Squirrel hunt, I love it. Okay, so continuing on. Just the simple act of noticing how many things you could purchase in this one day with the $100 you are carrying with you would dramatically alter your financial point of attraction. And we talked about that exercise the last time that we were on. So check out the other podcast for more information on that.
Yeah.
That one simple process is enough to tip the balance of your vibrational scale enough to show you actual tangible results in your attraction of money. Mentally spend your money and imagine an improved lifestyle. Deliberately conjure a feeling of freedom by imagining what it would feel like to have a large amount of money at your disposal. You see, the law of attraction is responding to your vibration, not to the reality you are currently living. I'm going to repeat that.
Yeah.
The law of attraction is responding to your vibration, not to the reality you are currently living. But
really important.
That's super important.
Write that down.
Write it down. That's the quote of the day. But if your vibration continues to be only about the reality you are living, nothing can change.
True. True.
You can easily change your vibrational point of attraction by visualizing the lifestyle you desire and holding your attention upon those images until you begin to feel relief, which will indicate that a true vibrational shift has occurred. And I think one of the things that people don't see as success is that feeling of relief, but that is the success.
Yeah.
As soon as you begin to feel relief from whatever is stressing you out or whatever is making you not feel as good or whatever you feel like is a barrier for you, once you begin to feel relief within yourself from those stressors, that's when things have shifted. That's when your vibration is moving in the direction of what it is that you've asked for. Relief is a big deal. Yeah. If you can get to that feeling of relief where you're like, okay, I feel a little bit better. Feeling a little bit better is a major success.
Yeah, that is huge actually, because most times you're mulling over the bad stuff and you're just keeping that energy with you. But when you get a little bit of relief, you're feeling a little bit better and you can move up and move up and move up. If you're staying in the mud, you can't do that.
Right. And that's one of the things that we've talked about before is if you are in the vibration of the problem, the solution can't make its way to you.
Right. Yeah.
So you need to get out of the vibration of the problem towards the vibration of the solution. And when you're moving towards that, the first feeling that you usually get is a feeling of relief, feeling a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moving up the emotional scale, which is moving up the vibrational scale.
Right.
Because your emotions tell you where you're at.
Always being forward focused and solution oriented, not where the problem's at.
Great. And I like that they talk about visualization because I feel like that's a super important piece of it. Because as we talked about last week, your subconscious mind does not know the difference between imagination and reality.
Yeah.
And so as you tell your subconscious mind, you imagine what you want your reality to be.
Yeah.
Your subconscious mind goes on the vibration of that reality.
Yeah.
And starts to begin to create that as your reality. You get yourself on that vibration because you feel it, you experience it, you see it, you're getting your mind and your subconscious mind in the same vibration together.
You're feeling it in your body. You're getting to that vibration in your body. You're feeling that that same frequency as the things that you're working on or that you want. So your mind is starting to realize, oh, I want more of that, you're going towards it. So keep that imagination going and be thinking about it, keep that momentum going when you get to a higher point, stay there and keep that momentum going by revisiting those images or those feelings or the thoughts of being where you want to be.
Right. Or even enjoying where you currently are and finding pieces of things in your current reality that you love or that you enjoy or that you appreciate.
That's really good too.
Because sometimes people feel they might do a visualization and feel really good, but then afterwards feel bad because they don't have it.
Yeah.
And so what you want to do, like you said, is continue the momentum. So to do that, you do the visualization, you feel really good, and then you find things in your current reality that might be evidence of that, or might that feel really good to you, or you might listen to a really good song and that feels amazing, or you might think, oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun doing this podcast, so there's so many different things you can pick out in your current reality that you enjoy as well, and that helps the momentum keep going as well.
Yeah. I love it.
Anyway, I feel like I'm tangenting a lot today. But it's important to talk about your vibration, and that's what the law of attraction is responding to.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the next piece?
Okay. My standards are mine to set. Sometimes from an awareness of a shortage of money, you think that you want everything that you see. A sort of uncontrollable craving rises within you, which tortures you when you do not have the money to spend, or causes even more distress when you give in to the craving and spend money you do not have, going deeper into debt. But that craving to spend money under those conditions is really a false signal, for it is not coming from a real desire to have those things. Buying one more thing and bringing it home will not satisfy that craving, for what you are really feeling is a void that can only be filled by coming into vibrational alignment with who you really are. So it's like even like an eating thing, you're just trying, if you're bored and you reach for a cookie, you're trying to fill that void of boredom, and that cookie isn't going to feel it. Same thing with buying things. If you think it's the things that you want, that's not it. You want that feeling of abundance, feeling that it's something that you love. So like for me, it would be a rock, pretty rock, or something like that, that does give me that fulfillment because it's something that I really love and enjoy. Right. So it's more than just the thing, it's the enjoyment of it as you have it. So don't, be sure that it's things that you really want to have before you go after having them, because it's otherwise you're giving a false fulfillment there. Right.
And it's not lasting either, because
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
really bring you joy.
Yeah, true. Okay. You are currently feeling insecure when you really are, when who you really are is someone who is absolutely secure. You are currently feeling inadequate when who you really are is someone who is adequate. You are feeling lack when who you really are is someone who is abundant. It is a vibrational shift that you are craving, not the ability to purchase something. Once you are able to achieve and consistently maintain your personal alignment, a great deal of money will flow into your experience, if that is what you desire. And you will very likely spend large amounts of money on things that you desire, but your purchases will feel very different to you then. So same thing that we were talking about, if you're in alignment with it, it's going to feel good and it's going to be a lasting feeling. You're going to be fulfilled by that. You will not feel need or I just have struggled the bus today. You will not feel need or a void that you are attempting to fill with a purchase, but instead you will feel satisfying interest in something, which will easily make its way into your experience. And every part of the process, from the inception of the idea to the full-blown manifestation of it into your experience, will bring to you a feeling of satisfaction and joy. So it'll be a much more fulfilling experience from beginning to the end, to when you get it, if you're in alignment with that feeling, right?
Right.
So do not let others set the standards about how much money you should have or about what you should do with it, for you are the only one who could ever accurately define that. Come into alignment with who you really are and allow the things that life has helped you to know that you want to flow into your experience. So, in other words, don't try to keep up with the Joneses, because that's their life. That's not you. So always make sure it's something that you want, and it's not just something that you saw somebody else have that you think you want.
Right.
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 So it's that's one thing that's really, really important. And because if you do that, oh, my neighbor bought a new boat, now we need a new boat, or whatever that is, you'll realize afterwards that's when you have buyer's regret, or you'll wonder, well, why am I still not happy? Because you weren't happy first.
Right.
You gotta have that alignment first, and then go find the things that you want.
Right. And that's so important. That piece of it is really key, is joy first, alignment first, fun first.
Yeah.
And the second piece of it that you're also talking about, and that they're mentioning here, is to be in alignment with what it is that you want, knowing what you want, what's going to bring you joy, what things are exciting for you. Like if you're going to purchase something, let's say we're talking about things, right? You want it to be something that you actually really want. And like you said, not just something that somebody else has that you think that you should have.
Right.
It's totally different things.
Yeah.
Totally different things, and totally different vibrations as well.
Yeah.
And so, like you said, you won't have the lasting joy of that as well.
Yeah. And you'll think, why did I do that? I didn't want that, and you might not notice that until it happens.
Yeah.
But then you can learn from that and do better next time, or do something different next time.
That's why we also say that abundance has many forms.
Yeah.
Sometimes people want more of this or that or the other thing.
Right.
Sometimes people want more relationships, so maybe they spend money on going to fundraisers and different events so they can meet more people that are aligned with what they're interested in, because there's different banquets that you can, pay and have seats and meet a whole bunch of people and network and all that kind of thing. So it just depends on wherever you spend your money. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But what matters is that you're aligned with
what you're spending
your money on, or you're aligned with the type of abundance that truly you're wanting for your life and you're moving towards that. That's what feels good.
Mhm.
And when you're, you're holding yourself away from that and moving away from that, that's when you feel bad.
Yeah.
That's what the alignment with who you really are and misalignment with who you really are.
Yeah.
What they're talking about
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Figuring out, working on yourself is the most important thing first.
Mhm.
Finding out what your likes are, what are your core values, what do you really want in life, and then go from there. Don't just pick up on something that someone else has and think that's going to do it for you, because it probably won't.
Mhm.
It probably is totally out of alignment with what is true for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you know that right away, and sometimes you try something, you're like, eh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or sometimes you try something, you're like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So paying attention to how you feel.
Yeah.
Right? What?
There it is again.
We never talk about that every week.
Yeah. Every week. Yeah.
It's that important.
Yeah.
It's that
It is.
important.
It really is.
Okay. Does saving for security work? A man related to us, a man related to us that he once had a teacher who told him that to set aside money for security was the same as planning for a disaster. And in fact, the very act of trying to feel more secure would actually lead to more insecurity because it would attract the unwanted disaster. He wanted to know if that philosophy fit in with our teachings about the law of attraction. We told him. His teacher was right in pointing out that attention to anything brings more of that essence to the more of the essence of it to you. And so if you were to focus upon the idea of possible bad things looming out there in your future, the discomfort that you would feel as you ponder those unwanted things would be your indication that you are indeed in the process of attracting them. But it is absolutely possible to briefly consider something unwanted occurring in the future, such as a financial situation that makes you feel insecure as you consider it, which would cause you to then consider the financial stability that you desire. And as you focus upon the security that you desire, you may very well be inspired to an action that enhances that state of security. The action of saving money or investing in assets, in and of itself, is neither positive nor negative. But the teacher would be correct to say that you cannot get to a place of security from an insecure footing. Our encouragement is to use the power of your mind to focus upon the good feeling security you seek, and then take whatever positive action that is inspired from that place of feeling good. Anything that feels good to you is in harmony with what you want. Anything that feels bad to you is not in harmony with what you want. It is truly as simple as that.
Mhm.
So paying attention to how you feel
Yeah.
is really important.
Imagine that.
Imagine.
How does it get better than that?
We have a built-in GPS system.
Right.
Am I in alignment or out of alignment?
Yeah.
Am I moving in the direction of what I want or away from it?
Yeah.
Am I following the path that my soul has for me towards the most glorious, wonderful things that we've co-created? Or am I holding myself away from it?
Yeah. Yeah. So good. And it doesn't get easier than that, does it? I mean,
I don't think so.
no.
I think the only real practice is to practice checking in with how you feel.
Yeah.
If you have trouble with knowing what your feelings are, then practice that.
Mhm.
Find ways to practice that. A really good tool for everybody, if you want to find something how to do it, YouTube.
Yeah.
It tells you everything. You can find everything on YouTube.
Yeah.
So just YouTube it.
Yeah.
Go, how do I get more in touch with my feelings so I know what I'm feeling?
Mhm.
I bet you YouTube has 1,000 videos or more.
Videos.
Watch our videos.
SoulSpace podcast.
You can watch our podcast. Our podcast helps with that.
We talk about that every week.
And it is a
Yeah.
practice.
It is a practice, yeah. Because we get so busy in our lives that we don't pay attention to that sometimes.
Yes.
We don't check in. And if it takes setting a timer every half hour or something, just to check in, set a timer so it beeps and it says check in on your phone.
Mhm.
And
How do I feel right now?
Yeah, how do I feel?
What direction am I going
Yeah.
vibrationally?
Yeah.
And what's that going to make for my day if I don't turn it around?
That can
Or is it going to get better?
really change your way of thinking and your moods throughout the day.
Yes.
It can keep you on track.
Yes, I've trained myself to notice how I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And this morning in traffic, it did not go well, friends. And I've talked about my struggles with traffic before. It did not go well, and I knew it wasn't going well. And it took me almost till I got to work to pivot.
Really?
And that's like a 45-minute trip. It was road construction
Oh God.
for, I don't know, let's see, about 15 miles into town on the highway, one lane
Oh.
during rush hour
Oh.
traffic. So I'm giving myself an excuse here. But there's no excuse for it. My vibration still wasn't where I wanted it to be. And when I got off of the highway and there were more lanes, it didn't get better. And I was like, you know what? It's my fault. I did this.
Yeah.
I created this for myself, and I just have to move through it
Yeah.
and begin to feel better. And I did.
And as soon as you acknowledge that, it really does smooth out a lot faster.
Acknowledging how you feel makes
Yeah.
a huge difference and helps you to begin to move up that emotional scale, which
Yeah.
is the vibrational scale, really.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yep, I
good.
did that this morning.
Yeah.
So am I perfect, friends? No, of course
No,
not.
nobody is.
Nobody's perfect.
No, we're all work in progress.
But I have trained myself to notice, and I've done this practice enough to be like, okay, Carissa, you're on one. What are we gonna do about it?
Right.
I know, and I know what to do about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's good.
And that makes a huge difference in my life.
Mhm.
Look at me now, I'm doing my podcast. I'm feeling great.
Yeah.
That was this morning. I didn't carry it with me
Right.
because I didn't want to do that.
That's good.
I want to
Yeah.
be miserable. I didn't want to be miserable all
Right.
day.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I had a
That's
fun
awesome.
day.
That's awesome.
All right. Some say that you should not want money at all because the desire for money is materialistic and not spiritual. But we want you to remember that you are here in this very physical world where spirit has materialized. You are here in your very physical bodies on this very physical planet where that which is spirit and that which is physical or material blend. You cannot separate yourself from the aspect of yourself that is spiritual. And while you are here in these bodies, you cannot separate yourselves from that which is physical or material.
I love that.
All of the magnificent, magnificent, I can't say it.
Both having struggle reading today.
It's okay.
Well,
All of the magnificent things of a physical nature that are surrounding you are spiritual in nature.
mhm. Amen.
Everything is made of the same stuff.
Yeah.
Everything is
Everything's
made of the
energy.
same thought. Everything is made of that same energetic material.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah. So true.
So beautiful. And money is just energy.
Yeah.
And the flow of money creates an ease in your life that allows you to do more of the things that you love and enjoy and share with people that you love and share with strangers and do wonderful and amazing things
Yeah.
in this life if you choose to do so.
Mhm.
It is just a neutral energy, just like anything. It's how you apply it.
Yeah.
It's how you focus it and what you use it for.
Mhm.
Your intention with any energy
Yeah.
is everything.
It really is.
It
really
is.
is. Yeah.
When I said that within myself, I felt relief.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It feels good to say that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep, okay,
Yeah.
that's my truth. I resonate with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes words come out of my mouth. Just
Yeah.
like, hey,
Hey,
I feel
that
really
was good.
Okay.
Where'd that come from? Spirit.
I do channeling, so that happens.
Yeah.
But it's like, yes, that resonates with me.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. If that makes you feel discomfort, that tells you that there are some subconscious things in there around that subject.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's perfect because now you know that. And you have some tools that you can use, such as the freedom release method, which we have tons of videos on.
Yeah.
To help you with that.
Mm-hmm.
And we did, not last podcast, but the one before, tons of releases on abundance.
Almost our whole podcast.
So go back to that. If you felt any type of trepidation with this stuff, go back to that one and do the releases and then see how you feel.
That was number 101.
101. Yes. So go back to podcast number 101 and watch that again.
Yeah. Yeah. So good. Oh, I don't think we put the numbers on there. Maybe we should start doing that.
Oh, yeah, we don't put the dates on it. So
we should put the numbers instead. Because it really doesn't matter what date it is.
But does YouTube put a number on it, 102?
I don't know. we'll check that out.
I don't know,
We're
but it
not-
was
we're
not last podcast, but the one before.
Yeah.
June.
We're
Look for
still
something in
learning.
June, and it says releases on it.
Right.
That's
yeah.
the one. June 2025.
Yeah. Yeah. It would probably be the second week in June.
Right. Yes. Correct.
Yes. Okay. Moving on. Telling a new story about abundance, money, and financial well-being. So the law of attraction is not responding to the reality that you are currently living and perpetuating, but instead it's responding to the vibrational patterns of thoughts that are emanating from you. So as you begin to tell the story of who you are in relationship to money from the perspective of what you desire rather than from the perspective of what you actually are actually currently living, your patterns of thoughts will shift, and so will your point of attraction. So listen to that again, because so many of us say, oh, I can't do that today, I'm broke. Or, you're saying those things from the point of where your vibration has gotten you to previously,
Right.
instead of where you want to be.
Right. And that's why those words don't feel good to you, because you're
Right.
holding yourself away from the abundance that is available to you with
Yeah.
that pattern of thought.
Right. So I'm going to read that again. From the perspective of what you in a relationship to money, from perspective of what you desire, rather than from the perspective of what you are actually currently living, your patterns of thoughts will shift so you will,
And so will.
and so will your point of attraction. Totally messed that up. So just remember, you want to be at the vibration, you want to emanate the vibration of where you want to be rather than where you're at right now. If
Perfect
you're in a bad
synopsis.
spot. Yeah. Yeah. So it's it's easy if you think of it that way.
It is easy.
Mhm.
And for some people to keep that train of thought going might be difficult. That's where your practice comes in.
Right.
You just get better and better and better at it.
Yeah, that's why you keep on keeping on doing it.
Mhm.
So what is has no bearing on what is coming unless you are continually regurgitating the story of what is. By thinking and speaking more of how you really want your life to be, you allow what you are currently living to be the jumping off place for so much more. But if you speak predominantly of what is, then you still jump off, but you jump off into more of the same. I like how she said it there. It's a lot easier to understand.
Right. You continue the same vibration and you consider the same thought patterns.
Yeah.
You will continue to get the same experiences. Like we talked about last week, what's the definition of insanity?
Right.
Continuing to do the same thing, expecting different results.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's exactly what they're talking about. You emanate the same vibration, you get the same vibrational experiences. You're emanating that. That's what's coming into your experience.
Yeah.
And so in order to get a different experience, you need to emanate a different vibration.
Yeah.
Which means a different pattern of thought, a different way of feeling
Mhm.
that shows you that your vibration has improved.
Yeah. Yeah. So consider the following questions, letting your natural answers flow in response to them, and then read some examples of what your new story regarding money might sound like. And then begin to tell your own new and improved story about your financial picture. And watch how quickly and surely circumstances and events will begin to move around you to make your new story a reality. So here we go. Do you have so much money in your life experience? Do you have as much money in your life experience as you want right now? Is your universe abundant? Or is the universe abundant? Of course it is. Do you have the option of having plenty of money? Was the amount of money that you would receive in this lifetime already decided before you were born? Are you now setting into motion through the power of your current thought the amount of money that will flow? Do you have the ability to change your financial situation? Are you in control of your financial condition? Do you want more money? Knowing what you now know is financial abundance guaranteed? Absolutely. If you know that you're the one in charge and you're the one that can have whatever you want, of course it's within your hands, right?
When you said, of course, it brought a smile to my face.
Yeah.
Like it felt good when you said that.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people, when you read that last piece, would not have had that same answer. And if you don't have that same answer, then there's something within you that's vibrating the opposite of abundance.
Yeah. Then go back to number 101 and do the release.
Yes.
Do the freedom release statements, because that will help you get your vibration to a better level. It will definitely help.
Yeah, well, it helped me.
Yeah, it's helped me.
Because I work
All
on
the
that
time.
all the time.
Yeah.
Because there's layers, you know?
Yeah, there is.
Sometimes you get rid of all the layers at once, and sometimes it's like an onion.
Right. Yeah, and sometimes you're actually working on cellular memory that is from ancestral stuff, from our grandmas and grandpas and their grandmas and grandpas, and it goes back. So don't feel like, oh my God, I have such a long way to go, because you're gonna make huge strides once you figure this out, and once you stay in that momentum of always checking in. Am I feeling good? What am I feeling like right now?
Right. And when it gets easier, guess what? It gets easier.
Yeah.
Because you're attracting that easier energy.
Yeah. You want to go for a little?
I would love to. An example of my old story about money. There are so many things that I want that I just can't afford. I'm making more money today than ever before, but money feels as tight as ever. It just seems like I can't get ahead. It seems like I've worried about money my whole life. I remember how hard my parents worked and my mother's constant worry about money, and I guess I've inherited all of that. But that isn't the kind of inheritance I had hoped for. I know there are really wealthy people in the world who don't have to worry about money, but they aren't anywhere near me. Everyone I know right now is struggling, and I am worried about what's going to happen next. Notice how the story began by noticing a current unwanted condition, then moved to justification of the situation, then looked into the past for more emphasis of the current problem, which amplified the resentment more, then moved to a broader view of perceived shortage. When you begin to tell a negative story, the law of attraction will help you reach from your present perspective into your past and even into your future. But the same vibrational pattern of lack will persist. When you focus upon lack in an attitude of complaining, you establish a vibrational point of attraction that then gives you access only to more thoughts of complaint, whether you are focused on your present, past, or your future. Your deliberate effort to tell a new story will change that. Your new story will establish a new pattern of thought, providing you with a new point of attraction from your present, about your past, and into your future. The simple effort of looking for positive aspects from right where you stand will set a new vibrational tone that will not only affect the way you feel right now, but will begin the immediate attraction of thoughts, people, circumstances, and things that are pleasing to you.
Good.
It's great. Like when I read that first part, like I got knots in my stomach. Like it didn't feel good to say those words. And so I knew that like that's not in alignment for me.
Yeah.
That story.
Right.
So I kind of want to even read the new story part, because for me, I feel like I need to. I feel like that old story, I didn't like it. It didn't feel right to me.
And it doesn't fit you anymore, if parts of it were probably true in your story.
Oh, 100%. All of it.
So I know it felt like that to me. And so now we can replace that. And, someone needs to break the cycle sooner or later in those generations.
Right.
So why not let it be us? Why not let it be the now?
Why not let it be you?
Right.
Right now. Starting to make a difference in your life. Your vibrational point of attraction.
Yeah.
An example of my new story about money. I like the idea that money is as available as the air I breathe. I like the idea of breathing in and breathing out more money. It is fun to imagine a lot of money flowing to me. I can see how my feeling about money affects the money that comes to me. I am happy to understand that with practice, I can control my attitude about money or about anything. I notice that the more I tell my story of abundance, the better I feel. I like knowing that I am the creator of my own reality and that the money that flows into my experience is directly related to my thoughts. I like knowing that I can adjust the amount of money that I receive by adjusting my thoughts. Now that I understand the formula for creating, now that I understand that I do get the essence of what I think about, and most important, now that I understand that I can tell by the way that I am feeling whether I am focused upon money or lack of money, I feel confident that in time I will align my thoughts with abundance and money will flow powerfully into my experience. I understand that the people around me hold many different perspectives about money, wealth, spending, saving, philanthropy, giving money, receiving money, earning money, and so forth, and that it is not necessary for me to understand their opinions or experiences. I am relieved to know that I do not have to sort all of that out. It is very nice to know that my only work is to align my own thoughts about money with my own desires about money, and that whenever I am feeling good, I have found that alignment. I like knowing that it is all right for me to occasionally feel negative emotion regarding money, but it is my intention to quickly direct my thoughts to better feeling directions. For it is logical to me that thoughts that feel good when I think them will bring positive results. I understand that money will not necessarily manifest instantly in my experience with the changing of my thinking, but I do expect to see steady improvement as a result of my deliberate effort to think better feeling thoughts. The first evidence of my alignment with money will be my improved feeling, my improved mood, and my improved attitude. And then real changes in my financial situation will soon follow. I am certain about that. I am aware of the absolute correlation between what I have been thinking and feeling about money and what is actually happening in my life experience. I can see the evidence of the law of attraction's absolute and unerring response to my thought, and I look forward to more evidence in response to my improved thoughts. I can feel a powerful leveraging of energy in being more deliberate about my thoughts. I believe, at many levels, that I have always known this, and it feels good to return to my core beliefs about my power and value and worthiness. I am living a very abundant life, and it feels so good to realize that whatever this life experience causes me to desire, I can achieve that. I love knowing that I am unlimited. I feel tremendous relief in recognizing that I do not have to wait for the money or the things to materialize before I can feel better. And now I understand that when I do feel better, the things and experiences and money that I want must come. As easily as air flows in and out of my being, so it is with money. My desires draw it in, and my ease of thought lets it flow out, in and out, ever flowing, always easy. Whatever I desire, whenever I desire, as much as I desire, in and out. There is no right or wrong way to tell your improved story. It can be about your past, present, or future experiences. The only criterion is that the only criterion that is important is that you be conscious of your intent to a better feeling, improved version of your story. Telling many good feeling short stories throughout your day will change your point of attraction. Just remember that the story you tell is the basis of your life. So tell it the way you want it to be.
I love that. Yeah. And that's a fun thing to practice, telling little stories to yourself that, oh, I can't wait till I have this, or I can't wait till this isn't a problem anymore, or you could switch your struggles that you're having right now into, it's going to be so nice when I don't have to worry about paying this bill again, or whatever.
Yeah, you feel the freedom of the paying off your debts. You
Right.
feel the freedom and the fun and the joy of, yes, I can just go to the grocery store and buy whatever
Yeah.
groceries I
I
need.
don't have to add it up in my head before I
Yeah,
get to
I
the
don't
till.
have to count things in my
Yeah.
basket. I can just
Yeah.
enjoy that and
Yeah.
live that.
Right.
And, little things like that that tell the story of your continued abundance and
Mhm.
feeling the joy of that. Or like if there's something that you really want and you say, oh, I could buy that right now.
Yeah.
I could.
Yeah.
Oh, that feels good.
Mhm.
I don't have to right now and I can wait, but
Yeah.
I know that I can and that
Right.
feels good. Just telling that little bit of a story feels better.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. And most of the time, buying it wouldn't give you the fun and the excitement or the feeling and uplifting feeling that you have just dreaming about it, just thinking about it and
Right.
and telling the story of it.
And like we said, the law of attraction and your subconscious mind don't know the difference between
Mhm.
you imagining it and
it's
experiencing it and it actually happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And for me, some of the things when I buy them, they do have that complete joy because
Mhm.
I was in alignment with it first.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I love and enjoy the experience of having it when I have it.
Right.
And that for me is a huge difference. Like there's not all that regret, like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? Did I spend all that money?
Right.
It's kind of it's like I felt really good. I was already in alignment. I purchased that item, I got it, and it was even better than I had hoped.
Right.
Right? And
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
thing that I'm talking about is sitting right next to me right now. Because Carissa loves her fashion. And I have found that one of my passions in life is designer bags. It is. Oh
That's
my gosh, it
awesome.
is. I love them so I don't know what it is about. I know all the things that it is about them actually. That brings me so much joy about it. And
Yeah.
it's like it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. Or
Right.
it could.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, what is it that I love?
Yeah.
Right. And that's just an item.
Yeah.
That's just a thing. But there are things that bring me joy.
Yeah.
And it's just a little thing. It is a physical thing, but
Yeah.
how fun is it that I have those little things that can bring me joy that are physical things,
Right.
that are items?
Yeah.
And it's not one of those things where it bothers me to have, or like, I don't mind if it takes up a little bit extra space because it's like, you know what? Every time I look at it, it's like, oh, I just love it.
Yeah.
I just love it.
Like, that's mine. That's really
I'm
mine.
enjoying that.
Yeah.
It's so wonderful. It's so
Yeah,
fun for me.
that's cool. That's really cool.
And it's
Mhm.
it's funny because a lot of people would be like, well, that's materialism. Yeah, well, here's the thing. So
Yeah, if you like
So
it,
what?
then go for it.
I was
It
aligned with
doesn't
it.
matter what anyone else thinks about it.
That's the
And
thing.
yeah,
Is I don't care what anybody else thinks about that.
right.
Because I have my own
Yeah.
joy within
Yeah.
myself with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter to me if other people are into designer bags. Probably not.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what? I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter
Yeah.
to me.
No.
You might be into speedboats.
Yeah.
Or you might be into religious retreats.
Mhm.
Or you might be into skydiving. I don't know. Go spend your money on that then.
Yeah.
I have little things that bring me joy. You have little things that bring you joy. And isn't it fun that we're all a little bit different?
Right. Yeah.
That's the joy of life, is the variety.
It is. Yeah.
And to
Yeah.
just be you.
And
Like
to
I'm
know,
just being me.
yeah.
You just be you. And
Yeah.
it's perfect.
To know that you can want what you want and it doesn't matter what anyone else wants.
Right.
We can all want different things or the same things.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
And I can
Yeah.
have joy in the things that bring me joy.
Yeah.
And you have joy in the things that bring you joy. They're gonna be different things.
Yeah.
Some of them might be the same. Maybe you do like
Right.
designer bags. I don't know.
And another important thing too is enjoying seeing a friend love her bag so much
Mhm.
or love what they love.
Right.
Enjoy that. You don't have to like that. That's
No.
fine. But enjoy, and you'll notice that will bring your joy level up, probably even more than your friend is joy. Maybe not, but I mean, in your case,
But you can share.
I
in
know
their
my
joy.
joy of watching you at the bag is huge because I don't really care about his designer bag so
No.
much. but I know you love it and it makes me
Yeah.
happy to see that you're so excited.
Because I just have so
Yeah.
much joy, and so
Yeah.
it's catchy.
Right, it is. It makes me feel good
Yeah.
because you feel good, you know?
Yeah.
And that's how we should feel about our friends and family around us. We should be uplifting them rather than being jealous or being, oh, she likes that. Why are you
Yeah.
paying good money for that?
Or
you
why
know,
does it matter to you? I was like, well, why
right.
does it matter to you?
Yeah, yeah. Like
Why does
what
it
you
matter to you?
like and be proud of it. Be excited about it.
Right.
And that's
And
awesome.
I have never had one single person since I expressed my joy about, having this item that I
Right.
have say a single negative thing about it.
Yeah,
Because my joy is infectious. And they're like,
it
oh my gosh,
is.
I'm happy for you. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So we all have that joy together,
Yeah.
but they don't care about it. Like,
Right.
no,
But they love seeing you so happy.
yes,
Yeah.
but we share the joy together.
Yeah.
And isn't that more fun to share in our
Enjoy.
joy
Yeah.
in our own
Yeah.
abundance and sharing the
It
abundance
really
that we see
is.
around us and with everybody else?
Yeah,
That's so fun.
it is.
That's
It
so fun.
is. It's
And that's one of the things that shows you that you are in vibrational alignment with abundance when you can share in the joy of seeing other people abundant in different ways than you
Yeah,
are,
and
or
be
in ways that
happy.
you want to be, and
Mhm.
be happy with them.
Right.
Be
Yeah.
happy for them, be happy with them, and go, yeah, that's amazing. I can't wait to have a similar experience. It's going to be so great.
Yeah. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So, what else? Let's wrap it up for today.
Yeah. I feel like this
So
was a
good.
fun little episode. They got to know us a little bit more.
Right. Yeah. And and we got to have fun and
we got to
be joyful about abundance, and that's an awesome thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Abundance is a joyful experience.
Right.
And if you are on the vibration of joy, you are on the vibration of abundance. And
Yeah.
it has no other cause than
And
to come
it
to you.
is our
according to Abraham.
birthright to have that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are abundant beings, and the
Right.
universe is abundant. There is no
Yeah.
shortage except for the one that you perceive.
Right.
There are no limits but the ones
Yeah.
that you put on yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's true.
Awesome. Really true. Yeah. So, Carissa, where can we find you and what do you have coming up? Anything exciting?
Wow. You can find me on Facebook at Light of Hope Healing. That's probably the easiest. Even if you don't have Facebook, you can still see my page. It's a public page. You can also find me on my Square site, which is light-of-hope-healing.square. That site, Light of Hope Healing with a bunch of dashes, .square.site. You can find us collectively on Facebook at Our SoulSpace.
Yeah.
And of course, you can find us on YouTube at SoulSpace Podcast, which is where we're posting this right now. So
yeah.
That's where you can find me.
It's summer. We don't have much planned.
There's not a whole lot in summer.
We only have so many nice days in our summers
Yes.
here.
Although that does remind me, we do have a collective event.
Yes.
With us and a friend of ours.
Yeah.
Where we're going interfocus Reiki. Mm-hmm. Where we're going to do an event in the park.
Yeah.
And it's going to be amazing. Yeah. So once we have that posting, I think we'll share it here on our YouTube page. So look in the comments on this month's YouTube stuff, and we'll share that out with you.
And we'll share it on all of our individual pages.
And we'll share it on our pages as well. So check out our pages and pay attention to that. But it's going to be an amazing event. It's going to be uplifting. Yeah.
We want to have some fun outside in the park and
be in the sunshine with everybody.
Yeah.
And just enjoy the good vibes of nature.
Yeah. It'll be good.
That'll be July 23rd.
Yeah. In
Fargo, West Fargo area.
Yeah. We haven't nailed down our place yet.
We're looking for our venue,
but
we already have the date.
So hopefully that date's going to work, and we will keep you posted on that because it'll work really fun. Yeah. It always does. Yeah. One way or another, it'll work.
So Tracy, if people want to connect with what you're doing, what you have up your sleeve, where could they find you?
I have a website, inspiredsignals.com, and all my links for all my fun stuff are there. I also have Facebook and Instagram at Inspired Signals and at Inspired Signals Studio. It's a long blah, 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 to get out, but that's where I'm at. I've been more active actually on my art pages lately, but doing some fun things with it. So yes, it's been fun.
We're all excited to see your projects.
Yeah.
So hopefully you'll have more to share soon.
Yeah, I will. I'm working on it every day. So,
I do
yeah,
it.
yeah, it's been fun. So yeah, we're looking forward for a summer little spa day or retreat day or whatever.
Yep, it's gonna
You
be a
know,
little kind of retreat,
fun
spa
thing in the
day
park.
type of thing.
Soak
So
up some sun and have some fun. That's a good
yeah,
motto.
it is. I love it.
Yeah. So anyway, until next week, we will see you right here, same place.
Same place, never the same time.
Never the same time, right? But always the same place. And usually on the same day
We
that we
try.
post it. But yeah, it might be midnight.
Still Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, we'll see you next
Okay.
time. Bye-bye.